Next. So the internet ecosystem is the term used to describe the organization and community that have organically evolved to guide the operations and development of the technology and infrastructure that comprise the global internet. And these organizations share the common value of open development internet. So it's basically all the organizations that we have that are working on the internet, the users, the governments, any entity that are using internet are part of this ecosystem. So this table shows you the different elements. So here we can see that we have we have 6 core elements. We have the naming and addressing. So that where you can see Afrinic and ICANN. We also have open standard development. So there are organizations that are working to create standards. Internet is this common space that we are all using, and we must be able to discuss, to communicate regardless the device that we are using, the protocol. So this is why we have to have a single type of protocol. We have to harmonize way of doing things so that regardless the devices, regardless the brand that we are using to connect the internet, we should be able to communicate. And we have the users, of course, that we have education that is important. We have local, national, regional. So you can see that on this internet ecosystem, on these 6 big groups, you can see that each of one, regardless what you are doing, are fitted somewhere. And now let's focus on the internet numbers. Because we need those numbers to get connected to the internet, because we need those numbers to connect the networks, to connect our organization to the internet, we have been through what we are calling the area system. So next, I'm going to show you the evolution of the area system. So we have the central registry first. That was where the area ancestor John Postel were issuing IP addresses and autonomous system numbers to connect networks and devices to the internet. And after that, we had in 1992 RIPE and CC that found that the needs of for managing those IP regionally, because it was centralized, they have created the first area. And after that, we have APNIC that come up in 1993, ARIN 1997, LACNIC 2002, and AFRINIC in 2005. So the question that you can ask is that AFRINIC have been created in 2005. How those organizations that were in Africa used to have IP address back then? Next. So here I'm going to show you how Africa was shared before divided, before Africa would come up to operations. So we were divided into 3. So we had from the central to the north, that those organizations there were getting IP address and autonomous system numbers for RIPE and CC. We had the Indian Ocean that were getting IPs from APNIC, and we have the South getting IPs from ARIN. So you can see that what we have to know is that in the area system, for an organization to be able to get IP numbers, this organization must comply to the rules that are in place, that have been put in place by those local communities. So for instance, if you are based at that time, if you were maybe in Lesotho and wanted to get IP address, you must be eligible, you must follow the rules that were put in place by the Northern America. So you see that the rules were not the same, the reality was not the same, the size of the network was not the same. So the African community were having a lot of problems to getting IPs, and even also to pay some invoices. I remember that some of members were obliged to use Visa card, and at that time it was not very easy to have those ways of paying the invoices, so it was very complicated. So for the community, for the next, please. It's working now? All right. So these are some of the reasons why we decided in Africa to create our own registry. So the first thing is to be able to address the IP needs in a way that is reflecting African reality. And remember that the rules that AFRINIC is using to address, to issue those IP, are rules that have been created by Africa community. So we brought the ability to create, to deliberate resource policy in Africa. So our community learned how to do that. And this is what we are calling the proximity. And also local services. Now we have been in a situation where Africans were able to find tier 3 operators, mobile MNOs, that meet their realities. Because if you are a big MNO operating in Europe, they don't have the same reality that customers in Africa. So we have been able to have this proximity. And also because we have a regional internet registry, we have developed some more capacity building. We realized that we've been able to bring those big internet conferences into in Africa, also in Africa as well, because in the past we used to have those big conferences outside Africa. But because today we have a strong internet ecosystem in Africa, those organizations can see this year, for instance, we are going to have Africa IGF in Africa again here in Kenya, and these are international events that are coming because we are a strong internet community now in Africa. The area system today is it. So we have 5 now. So we have Afrinic that is covering Africa and the Indian Ocean. And yeah. Now let's talk about we are going to focus now on Africa and discuss the African ecosystem. So if it's the first time for you to be there, to be in this conference, we are going to hear AF stars. So this next session is going to discuss AF stars. So AF stars are organizations that are working to develop internet in Africa. So those organizations are put some of their, so those organizations here, so we have AFNOG, that the key role is capacity building. We have Afrinic, that the key role is numbers. Africa Set for security, AFREN for research and education, AFP for infrastructure, Africa Top Level Domain for domain names. We have Africa IGF for internet governance in Africa. We have ICANN Initiative toward Africa. And we have Internet Society Initiative and different chapters that we have in Africa. So those organizations are working for a better internet in Africa. And as you can see here, I put many more. So we have many other organizations that are working on internet in Africa, but the name did not start by AF. So, but most of the time when we are going to tell AF stars, because most of those organizations name starts by A and F. So this is why we are going to call them AF stars. Now, we are going to go discuss about what Afrinic is doing for Africa, and the list of the services, some of the servicing, and what we are doing for the community. So this Afrinic, we are covering Africa and Indian Ocean. So we have started operation in 2005. We have over 40 full-time staff. We are non-for-profit. The HQ is Mauritius, and we have today over 2,500 members, resource members that we're having. Afrinic is managed by a board of directors. They were there. Some of them were there, and they will come later to say hi to the community. So we have 1 seat per region. So Afrinic has 60 regions. We have the North, 6X, West, Central Africa, and Indian Ocean. That's the 6 regions that we are having. And also we have 2 non-regional seats where we also have some of our community members there. But the board of directors alone, they cannot run their organization. So this is why we have many other committees that are there to help those directors to manage the organization. So you can see we have the Afrinic membership. We have the nomination committee, we have election committee, we have the GovCom, we have the Council of Elders. So I'm going to take you through very quickly in those different elements. And those are subgroups that are helping the directors to run the organization. And they are made with community members. So we are going to have some election. It's a bit late to stand, but we are going to have election. If you are there and you can't vote, please don't hesitate to vote. So today, these are the directors that we are having. Their chair is from Nigeria, and the vice chair is from Morocco. and they have been elected last year. They will be there for the next 3 years. Now I'm going to take you through some of the committee, and you are going to see the different elements, how many people are there, how can you guys want to, if you want to apply. So I'm starting by the nomination committee. So the role is for each election that AFRIN is going to have, all the applicants will send their application to the nomination committee. So they're going to do the screening and come up with the final list that can stand for this position. So that's the role of the NOMCOM. So there are 4 members that are appointed by the board, as you can see, and we are going to have election. The election of the GovCom is currently open and is going to last until the day we are going to release who have been selected to be part of the nomination committee. The NOMCOM is closed. We have the NOMCOM already, sorry. The NOMCOM is closed. It's the GovCom that the election is open, but the nomination committee is closed. We have received some application for the election that we are ongoing. So yeah, it's closed. So you can no more have a seat for that. Now we have the election committee. So election committee is based of AFRIN staff. So I'm myself part of the election committee. So what we do is just to do the administrative function of the election, push candidate name on the website, ensure that the system is ready for a member to be able to vote. So it's only purely administrative. So it's just staff that are appointed by the CEO to do those administration function. Now we have the governance committee. So the governance committee is going to be there to advise Afrinic ecosystem, the board, everything. So we are going to have bylaw review, the Afrinic constitution that is being reviewed by the community. So at the end, the GovCom is the one who is going to, the committee who is going to take the final version and put this version before the members for adoption. So GovCom is playing a key role for the community. So we are going to have election of GovCom. Election is open, so we are going to see very soon the members of the governance committee. Now we have the Council of Elders. So voters for the board to have some advice for people, from the community members that were in this position before. So they are just there to give advices for the current board. Now, we are going to talk about another important point, that is the African Policy Development Working Group. So I just explained that each time that African is going to give an IP to an organization, African use a book called the Consolidated Policy Manual that we are used to call CPM. So Wednesday you are going to hear CPM. CPM is the Consolidated Policy Manual. So this document is where the community put the rules that AFRIN has to use to issue IPs to members. And this is the working group that is in charge of this work. They propose the deliberate resource policy. So it's very important for you as community member and also as resource member to this part of this working group, because this is where community decides how AFRIN is going to manage the IPs numbers for Africa region. So it's very important. So we have 2 co-chairs that is running this group, and we are going to have election of the new 2 co-chairs Wednesday during the next PPM. PPM is Public Policy Meeting, PPM. And we are going to hear DPP, that is Draft Policy Proposal. So Wednesday we are going to hear DPP, PPM, so these are words that you are going to hear love. And the PDP, Policy Development Process. So we have 2 coaches, I just said, and we have a community that is discussing the policy that Africa is going to use to manage the IP numbers for Africa. And the last committee that I want to share is the appeal committee. The appeal committee is very important for the community, for this working group, because when a policy reaches consensus, when the co-chairs say that we have reached consensus on a given policy, if one of the community members is not happy of this decision, he can use the appeal committee to appeal on to ensure that they follow the PDP to come to this decision. And they are going to go through and a conclusion will be sent to the community saying that we receive an appeal regarding this policy, this appeal is correct or this appeal is not correct, and we are going to move forward. We have the policy development process itself, but Wednesday we are going to go deeper so that you are going to have more understanding on how this working group is doing. And so, but now it's very important to know that we have this working group. It's open for everybody. You can join. And we also have the appeal committee if you don't happy with the consensus that have been given by the Now, Afrinic membership, I'm going to discuss very quickly about the Afrinic ecosystem. So Afrinic has this membership, and Afrinic has this community. Number one is the membership. So Afrinic has 3 types of members. So we have the resource members, that are organizations that are in Africa and are using IP addresses to connect their customers and the network to the internet. So they can do everything. They are the kings. They are the kings in our ecosystem. They can vote. They can, they can get IP directly for us, ultimate system directly for us. So they are the kings. They are the one electing the board of directors. And when a community member is elected board of director, is automatically become a registered contact, a registered member. So the registered members can also vote, they sign a contract, and they can observe during the AGM if they don't want to vote. It's their choice. And the last membership that we have is associate members. So associate members are organizations or even individuals that want to support African operations. So they have to submit the request to the directors. And if the director, after the evaluation of the request, think that they can become associate member, they will send the contract with them and they will sign and become associate member. So we have the resource members, we have registered members, and we have associate members. Those are the 3 types of members we have. And next to that, we have the community. The community is everybody, so you can be member or not. To be part of the community, you just have to register to our member list and to follow what you are doing, to contribute. And also, the most important is that you deliberate resource policy. So the advice that we are giving to members is that since their community is open, it's not closed, as resource member, if you're not part of this working group, the policy development working group, it's the community at large that will dictate how Afrinic will manage the IP numbers for your organization. This is why we advise our members to register to this working group. And today we have very few members on this working group because when they get the IP address, they go back to the business and they don't realize that behind this organization, we have a lot of committees that are working to ensure that internet is working well in Africa. So it's very important for a resource member to be on this working group. So still in African governance, we also have the community meetings. So these are places where the community meets, and it's for everybody. You can be techies, you can be non-techies. We have seats for everybody, and we are doing this at least once per year, but most of the time we are doing 2 per year. So this is the first meeting that we are having, that is Africa Internet Summit. And we might have probably another one at the end of the year, that is the Afrinic standalone meeting, where we are going to receive all this technical community and non-technical community in Africa. So as I just said, we have 2 meetings, so yeah, and one that we are in, that is taking place now, and the second one will be notified to the community later in the year. Now, I will end my presentation by telling you some of the key elements of this meeting. So, when we are coming to Afrinic meetings, you have some activities, some key activities that are happening in our meetings. So, the day one, so the day one is the Newcomers Session. That is the orientation session for those who have never been in this ecosystem before, for them to know what is going to happen during this meeting, what are the name, what are the organizations that are gathering here. And the key point is that we are going to have the Afrinic Government Working Group also. It's a closed session that will start very soon. If you are a government representative, you should have received an invitation for this closed session. We have the AF Stars Day that is coming next after this Newcomers Session, and we are going to have the official opening in the afternoon. So what the advice that you can give is that you take notes and you contribute, and you also ask questions, but don't forget to introduce yourself for the recording, and also to be able to network to each other. And the day two is going to be a technical section. So most of the time, the second day is we are going to have some presentations that are technical for most of them. This is the occasion for you to know the last update on the internet ecosystem, what are the protocols that are coming, what are the technologies that are being implemented in our organizations. So here as well, I will encourage you to take notes, contribute, and ask questions. The day number 3 is going to be the PPM, Public Policy Meeting. So, and for this day, it's a bit special compared to the first 2 days, because you need to get prepared. If you're not prepared, you're going to be lost, completely lost, because people are going to discuss policies that have been being discussed on the mailing list right now. So if you're not on this mailing list, and during the PPM, you're going to be lost, because people are going to ask questions, talk about topics that you are not aware of. So this is the reason why you need to get prepared. This is why I put this link here for you to go on the AFRINI website and to check the proposal, the policy that are going to be discussed. We are going to have 6 for Wednesday. I'm going to be there as well with my colleague Madvi, that we are all in the policy liaison team, and we are going to be there as well. So during this day, we are going to have two other key items. That is going to be the Policy Development Working Group co-chair selection. So we are talking about selection, not election, in the Policy Development Working Group, because they tend to work by consensus. So it's a bit different from an election. And we also have to have the election of the ASOEC representative for Africa region. So those 3 key things are going to happen Wednesday. So please get prepared, get ready. Go to the AFRINI website. You can also go to the archive. You can open and read to get familiar with the topic that can add more value in what you are doing now. Oops. No. Day number. Okay. All right. So the day 4 is going to be AFRINI Members Day. So we are going to meet our members to give them like deep presentation of what we are doing. It's also going to be open for the community. So if you want to know the servicing they are giving to the community, today is just like a big picture of what we are doing, what you are going to see during the week. But if you want to go deeper, I invite you this Thursday to come in the morning to see the services we are giving to the community. We're going to go deeper into those services. We are going to have also the the annual general members meeting. This is going to be the meeting that is reserved to our members. This is why I put the priority given to AFRINI membership. When we are going to start the AGMM, we are going to ensure that the members, AFRINI resource members, are there, and the observer that are not member can join when we still have available seat. But I know the room is big enough to accommodate all of us, so we are going to welcome you at the AFRINI AGMM, and we are going to have the GovCom representative election as well, as I just said, and we are going to give you the name of their selected member. The last one is the day 5. The day 5 is going to be ISOC Day and ICANN Day. So those are 2 organizations that are doing a lot for internet in Africa and the world. So Friday is going to be a day for them, and they will be able to discuss what they are doing, the initiative they have to Africa community. So you have to be there and ask questions, contribute, and take notes. So this is the last slide that I have for you. So at the end of the meeting, we are going to receive a link for the survey. So please be honest. Tell what we need to change, what I'm missing, and you want us to add for the next meeting. And also don't forget to participate. You have to be there. You have to help AFRIN to grow. And to be able to do that is to register to our mailing list and contribute to what AFRIN is doing. Thank you, and I hope it has been informative for you. And I want to now call Yaovi from ICANN. And I give you the floor to Susan. Do you want to? I'm good? Okay, all right. So Yaovi, over to you. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Yaovi. I'll try to use just 5 minutes so that we stay on time. Because I used to be fighting in Africa. Since 30 years now, we are organizing meeting, and now we are improving. And then I think we should continue improving so that we don't push, and then we end at 8 or 7 in the evening. So I'll just use 5 minutes. First, ICANN Day is the 4. We have our session on the 4 on Thursday, so from 2 p.m. to 6. So I'll be brief because we'll have the opportunity on Thursday to go deeper on what ICANN is doing. So for the ICANN slide, I have 10 slides, but I'm not going to use all of them because I'll be very, very brief. And all of us in this room, we have an email address in this room, I'm sure. And then what ICANN is doing, first ICANN as an organization is one of the organizations in the internet ecosystem. So ICANN is Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers. So ICANN is created in 1998. If you have the slide, okay. So what I want to mainly share is that ICANN is working on the domain name, the top level domain name. We concentrate on the top level domain name. When we say top level domain name, anytime we have an email address for newcomers, after the symbol at, the last label at the end is what we call the top level domain name. So this is what ICANN mainly is managing. So you'll see at the beginning, we see the top level domain names. You see 2 characters. For countries, you see 3 characters. And then we have longer labels like 11, 10, and then also we have these labels in script or characters we are not used to, like people using the ASCII. You have today a label in older scripts, which are not necessarily the Latin script. So the role of ICANN, when you see this slide, when you talk about the names, so we want to refer to domain name and the top level. So at the top level, ICANN is the one coordinating, and ICANN is delegating the management to other organizations. So in countries, for example, you have the 2 code for a country. ICANN delegate the management to an entity. If it is not 2 later, or we call them most of the time the generic top-level domain names. My colleague Bob Osheng in this room will be talking on Thursday about in deep about what we call the new generic top-level domain name, because something is happening days, weeks, and then he will share more information. This is the domain name. So briefly, ICANN is coordinating the top. We have also the numbers. From the previous presentation, ICANN is giving a block to various regions. As you can see on the slide, we have ICANN giving the blocks to ARIN, LACNIC, AFRENIC, RAP, NCC, and also APNIC. So ICANN is giving the block of number resources, IP addresses, autonomous system numbers, so ICANN is giving to region. So this is also what role ICANN is playing, the number resources area. So we have the names, we have the numbers, and then we are also working with AFRENIC, ISOC on the protocol parameters. Briefly, we see ICANN has the headquarters in Los Angeles, and then we have now regional offices in Brussels. In Istanbul, Istanbul is covering Africa and the Middle East. We have also an engagement office in Nairobi here, so if you have time, we have a booth at the back. When we go out, we have an ICANN booth, so we'll be able to share more about ICANN, and then we have an engagement center in Nairobi here. So to close, I want to invite us before our session on Wednesday that we have a various way to get involved. So when you go to ICANN website, you see what we call the engagement calendar. You see what is happening in many area. And then also, we have also some programs to support participation. We have the fellowship program, and then we have the Next Gen program. So we have all this information on ICANN website. And then we have deeper information about what I'm saying. We have a platform online, we call it ICANN Learn. So this is what I want to share again. I want to invite us to the session we have on Thursday. We call that session the ICANN Day. So we'll talk a lot about what we are doing, also the technical role we are playing. We'll have a lot of presentation with colleagues from ICANN. But here we have many staff from ICANN. We have the Vice President for Global Stakeholder Engagement, Pierre Dandino, who is here. We have Bob Osheng, who is in charge of also the new generic top-level name program. Bob will talk more about that. We have Juno Carl, also who is from ICANN, and then we have Stacy. So we have ICANN staff here, so during the break we can discuss. So I want to stop there to save time. We have a session on Thursday. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everyone. Let me see if I can be as fast as Yaovi. I had slides as well. So let me introduce myself. My name is Michuki Mwangi. I'm a distinguished technologist for connectivity and insights at the Internet Society. And I'll briefly just introduce to you who is the Internet Society. The Internet Society was founded in 1992 by the co-founders or the founders of the Internet, Mr. Vint Cerf and Bob Kahn, and other pioneers that helped establish, or leading pioneers that helped establish the Internet. Together with the Internet Society Foundation, we provide technical and policy expertise, infrastructure, funding, and skills training to key components of an accessible, reliable, and safe Internet. So our work is global. We are really a global non-profit or a global charity, but we are community-driven, driven by community members. Earlier on, Brice mentioned that we have ISOC chapters. So we have Internet Society chapters around the world. We have 127 of them. We have over 170,000 members, organization members, individual members, 127 chapters, and over 80 organization members who form the Internet Society community. And it's through that community that really enables us to be a bottom-up driven organization where we are supporting all those components that I mentioned earlier. We also have staff around the world, and we also have a board of trustees as well that's also nominated and elected through our mechanisms that we have in place. And in addition to that, we have an internet ecosystem that works very closely behind us to support and complement the work that we do. So some of the things that I really wanted, the slides are up, thank you. All right, so I've mentioned about this Internet Society and the foundation. The foundation was set up in 2019, and it supports the work and complements the work that we do. It's a supporting organization of the Internet Society. And yes, our mission and vision, the vision is that the internet is for everyone. And this is sort of as far as I want to go today. So every 5 years we come together and define and try to reach out to our community and understand what are the priorities that we as an organization should be working on. So in 2020, in 2025, or rather 2024 leading into 2025, our board went out to our community, reached out, and understood that there are two key areas that we need to focus on for the next 5 years. One of those areas was to address global inequality when it comes to internet access. And the second area that we needed to prioritize is enabling online trust and safety, so that people everywhere have a secure and safe experience when they go online. As a result of that, we developed these areas of work, which are basically our areas of growing impact. We are focusing on community-centered connectivity. This is to address the global connectivity gap, where we have 2.5 billion people that are unconnected. We have affordable and reliable access, where we're focusing on bringing affordable and resilient connectivity across the world. This is the work that we do in building internet exchange points and enabling environment and enabling policy and regulatory environment that enables the digital ecosystem to thrive. We have our online trust and safety work, which enables more people to have a better experience online, and an open and trustworthy internet that enables more policymakers, decision makers, to create an environment that's safe and secure for everyone who's coming on board. Our work on internet insights and innovation is around making sure that we are tracking the health and evolution of the internet, so that we are providing people with data insights that enable them to make informed decisions about the continued growth and evolution of the internet. And finally, community mobilization is where we are mobilizing our community to be able to take action and support the work that we do at the local level. And finally, we have our transformations as an organization, some of the things that we want to do to be more effective and responsive to all the issues that we need to address. So with that, that's sort of our work that's laid out. We will have an ISOC day as Brice has mentioned, on Friday. We invite you to come and join so that you can learn more about what we're doing. We have a booth outside, which is in collaboration with the ISOC Kenya chapter. So you're invited to come to the booth to learn more about what the chapter is doing, but also what the Internet Society is doing. And finally, we also have, for our members who are registered, we have an ISOC at AIS, and we have a social event on Wednesday evening, so details of that will be shared. And I'm also joined here by some of our colleagues, so I'm not here alone. There's David Bekele, who is our regional vice president. There's Kevin Chege, who is leading our work on online trust and safety. I've seen a few other colleagues as well from the ISOC Foundation. So please look out for us if you have any questions during the breaks, and we'll be happy to give you more information. Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of the AIS.
Thank you, Michuki. So I would like to invite now the African Board of Directors for awards to the community. So can you please? Yeah. All the directors, please. Yes. So that the community will know. Yeah. So I'm going to give the floor to the directors, the chair, and after that, we are going to call the fellows, African fellows, for a picture with the directors. And after this picture, we are going to take another one for the community and the directors. So we are going to take 2 pictures. Over to you, Chair.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Directors, please rise to your feet. Come and join me. They say all directors, so.
one just arrived.
Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Wale Adedokun. I will introduce the directors. I have Professor Aziz, Dr. Kalim, Mr. Ben Roberts, Mr. Laurel, Ms. Kaula, and Dr. Fiona Asonga. One of us just arrived this morning, Mr. Adewale Ajao, so I'm sure he's either still sleeping or he just came in this morning. So once again, good morning, and thank you everyone for coming. I understand it's the Newcomers Session. We are the Afrinic Board of Directors, and Afrinic is the organization that is responsible for internal resources in Africa and the Indian Ocean. Afrinic is also a member-based organization. It's community-driven, and most of the activities of Afrinic are decided by the Policy Development Working Group. So the management of the resources is actually decided during the PDP process. The PDP is going to happen on Wednesday in this room. So you are invited to be a member of, to participate in this policy development process. Let your voice be heard. Members decide what happens to the resources, and this is only done with policies. Now, those policies are put together, agreed on by members. So you are welcome to be part of this community and this policy development process. Thank you very much. The Afrinic AGMM also is going to happen on Thursday. For every resource member, please, it is our AGMM. You are invited to be part of it. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of AIS.
Thank you, Chair. You want to add something? It's okay. So, give me 1 minute, please. We are going, for the sake of time, we are going to take one picture only with the fellows. So please, Afrinic has a fellowship program, so we have been able to accommodate 5 of our community members to get them see how internet is being managed in Africa. So they will join the stage to take a souvenir picture with the directors. If Susan Elo, after we are going to take the group picture, if you want to. Okay, congratulations. Abby. We good? Wait, Abby wants to. Susan, come. Okay, all right. Thank you, the directors. Thank you, fellows. So over to you, Susan.